We got Ellis into the car fairly easily. We told him we were shifting him to a new house. God forgive me. I told the poor divil mock confidentially that I had it from a good source that the Army Council had decided against execution. We drove out to the southern outskirts of the city, and when we reached a bona fide, Kit, who was driving, suggested a drink. We all more or less welcomed it. Even Jerry Dolan, and he being a TT, disapproved of army men drinking whether on a job or not. We went in, Ellis between Kit and myself. He was telling me how it wasn't his fault giving the dump away. He had never been picked up before and the cells had got in on him. Smiling contentedly to himself he was, and saying that maybe the boys wouldn't think too badly of him when he took his tarn and feathering like a man. Real wistfully he said to me, "I'd sooner get an awful beating than a tarn and feathering, because that'd be a terrible disgrace, my old man being a 16 man and all." God help him. My father was a Dublin Fusilier in 1916, but that's the way. I squeezed his arm in a friendly way. I'd never liked him much before, but I felt sorry for him, and sorrier for his people. We couldn't let people give away dumps on us, or there'd soon be no respect for the army. We entered the snug. I'd me hand through the pocket of me Mac and on me skit. It was a police positive 38 in a slip holster, a nice small skit. Jerry Dolan, I knew, had either a Luger, Parabellum, Walther or a Browning. And Jerry dearly loved automatics, especially ones with queer names. I never saw the day he'd be satisfied with a Smith or Webley. You can sometimes judge a fella by his taste in skits. Now, Kit, I could swear, would be carrying a Colt Auto. Although he didn't love automatics as a rule, he'd a graw for the Colt. A wild lad, Kit, but dependable. Bit of a boozer. He used to drink with Mickey Hogan and Connie. I thought the three of them the best suited of the five of us in tonight's work. Connie and Mickey would be carrying short Webleys. I ordered drinks, 4 pints, a mineral for Dolan and a glass of whiskey for Ellis. Connie, Kit and Mickey were drinking abstractedly. The frothy rings on their glasses were equidistant. I didn't want to stop there all night and said we'd better be going. I was surprised when Jerry Dolan said it was his round. He ordered 3 pints, ale for me, and 2 whiskies. When we got in the car again, Ellis's spirits seemed even further improved. The liquor, I supposed. His face was very young looking. About 3 miles further was the spot. It would be my job to tell them to get out of the car. Ellis would see the loneliness of it. There wasn't a house in sight of it. It didn't seem so easy a thing now. I hoped Ellis wouldn't start crying or anything. I'd sooner he put up a fight. It'd be easier to let him have it. Let him have it. Plugging him, knocking him off. It's small wonder people are shy of describing the deed properly. We were going to kill him. A death sentence. That's what it was. And I saw that he realised it. His jaw dropped, but he obeyed. We brought him in about 15 yards off the road. He didn't murmur. His face was white in the moonlight. His lips grinned as he struggled to find words. He said something about an act of contrition. All was in readiness. We stood at the spot. Ellis looked around him, just a little wildly. "Not yet, lads," he moaned. He began to cry, not wildly, but softly, the way a child cries. The tears streamed down his cheeks. Kit Whelan patted his shoulder. I wondered what to say to comfort him. I could hardly tell him it was quite painless. We'd be sure to get the heart. He knelt down and began to pray. I tried to pray for a soul. I couldn't. It seemed awful to think of souls just then. I raised my revolver close to his head, not too close. The 5 guns were levelled at him. I cocked mine and pressed slowly on the trigger. It seemed to take all my strength. There was a deafening roar and he pitched wildly forward. I heard more shots. And he lay still. We put him in the grave. He felt quite warm. I told the lads to be careful not to get bloodstains on their clothes. We began to shovel in earth. I moved a big stone off my shovel. It might smash in his face.